Greetings, Diesel Funketeers. It's going to be a late night session here. Live drawing with Tim Fielder back December 2nd, Tuesday, December 2nd. December 2nd, 2025, almost 2026. Can't believe I'm saying that. Had a good time in Vermont, which was cool. I guess we'll put a little bit of this in here. And had some fun. But you know, what can I tell you? It was one of those interesting experiences. We are live on YouTube, both YouTube channels. Whoops, what is that? That is weird. Why did that come up there? I don't know why that came up. That is weird. All right, let's go back here again. I don't know why that came up. Oh, OBS open up. That's not good. Close. Okay, now we should be back. Should be back to normal. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So my name is Tim Fielder. You can't see me right now because I have... Let me open this up here so you guys can see my face there. Hopefully you'll be able to see me there. There you go. All right, and my name is Tim Fielder, visual Afrofuturist and graphic novelist. I do graphic novels, I do Afrofuturism, and all those different things popping up there. I don't know why that's coming up like that, but you're not going to worry about it. I'm going to draw a little bit today on all of my graphic novel work. So much stuff I'm behind on, so much stuff I'm ahead on. But I think what we'll do is we'll do a little Black Prince work right now. Black Prince is the work I'm doing with Stephen Berry, University of Georgia Press. I just got to open that up there. Let's go here. Nope. We do need to warm up a little bit first. All right, let's go here to our thingy here. I'm going to go to... Where is it? Go to Black Prince. There it is. I'm going to go to our file. We've done a little work here, but now we need to run some processing through our software to get it ready for tomorrow. We do want to make sure that we are pretty much ready to rock and roll tomorrow. I've kind of been drawing stuff but not finishing up things. I think I did all right there from before, so I'll be dropping in some color there. That should be fun. And so these 3 pages, a double page spread here and this here, which will have to be done. I'll finish those up there. It won't take too long to finish that stuff there. So I'm trying to, it's 10:01. I'm going to see if I can finish up the last of the inking here and the coloring on these particular pages, so they'll be ready to go. And then tomorrow morning when I wake up, I will be able to rock with other stuff as well. Now, let me go here one moment here. I'm going to just see what's going on here. I'll close this right here a little bit. I don't think it's important to have that open. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I think you can. We'll see here now. Let me just refresh this here. We should have our desktop should be open. Okay, now we're going to go here to our desktop. Okay, so you guys should be able to see me. You should be able to see my graphics, so on and so forth. I wish there was a way to kind of get this type of thing here visible, but we ain't going to worry about it for right now. Right now, we'll stick with that. But you guys should be able to see everything. Instagram is still not live, unfortunately, because I got banned on Instagram. But I did submit a appeal, and hopefully that'll work itself out soon enough, and we'll be able to work from there. But anyway, here we go. So let's go on over here. This is live drawing with Tim Fielder. I'm Tim Fielder, and we're going to go here. Let's zoom in here. We're going to take our pen. My wife is in there watching her bad reality TV programming. That's okay. Let's see here. Live chat. Okay, I'm going to say hello all. There you go. All right, so we got that in TikTok going. That's one thing I do regret about not being able to do Instagram. I got a bunch of engagement from Instagram as well as TikTok when they were both going at the same time. But, oh well, what are you going to do? All right. Vertical. I do have another Instagram channel. I suppose I could sort of move that around. But for right now, we'll leave it alone. We ain't going to worry about it. All right, let's see if we can go here. Can you break that off? I wonder if you could break that off. Probably not, because there's one thing about that. I'm like, wow, I wonder if you could break that off. We ain't gonna worry about it for now, though. For now, we shall not worry about it. Now, one of the things I'm gonna do here, because this is a picture of Abraham Lincoln. There. And I'm going to get a kind of an image of Lincoln here. Let's go here. I'm going to go to new window. There we go. And let's type in our reference for Abraham Lincoln. I'm going to say profile view. There we go. All right, good. Oh, this is great. Look at that. Look at that. That was probably will be the one that I will go with here. I'm going to zoom in here. This one here. Let's make sure we have the correct image here. Let's go. Boom. Okay, great. That's great. Here. Okay, good. I think we're good here. So we can go here. Let's zoom in here quickly. Now we want to try to get Lincoln's space in here as reference. So let's move this guy here in so we can see it a little bit better. This right here doesn't have to be as wide out there. It's not necessary, so I can bring it in a little bit. Put it right there. Let's move this over here. So there we go. So now we have a kind of a Lincoln-esque image. I'm gonna grab my pen here. Move that down to a black thing. All right, now let's move in here. And again, this book is supposed to look like it's kind of drawn with ink, a quill pen. All right, boom. See? Keeping it. Lincoln always did have a fairly large nose. And of course we have that, but we also have these other kind of images here. So what I'll do is I will there we go. There we go. Yep. Liking that. All right, now we're going to take this. There we go. And we'll make that kind of receding hairline that he had there. All right. This here. All right. All right, there we go. So again, the idea, hello, Milo. I believe it says Milo. I need my reading glasses on, which are a little bit better. Hello, Ryan. How you doing? NS, hello. How you doing? Just drawing a little Abraham Lincoln from this historical graphic novel that I'm working on, collaboration with Stephen Berry. And the objective here is to finish this off so when we have our production meeting tomorrow, we can just go right in and get ready to move to the new page and image. Let's move this over a little bit I kind of like that hair there because it's a little bit scruffier. There we go. So we will take this. There we go. Now we'll go here. There we go. Let's take an eraser here. Whoops. Let's move that eraser down a bit there. There we go. All right, pen will be P. There we go. There we go. All right, not terrible. Now we can take this. We'll get that ear thing that he normally has happen, because Abraham Lincoln does have an ear. There we go. See? Boom. Like that. Again, the idea, because we don't want this image, we're not looking for uber realistic depictions here. We're looking for kind of editorial illustration drawing that will have a little bit of rendering to it. All right, this is good here. Okay, good. Now we will take here kind of this here. That'll go down there. And we will now take a vest here. There we go. There we go. I'm going to put a line here for a suspender. I don't want him necessarily wearing a vest here in this section. Now here, we'll have his hand go so much like that. Oh yeah, that's, I really like this. It's starting to grow on me. So his hand is like that. You know, it's kind of turned like that. So we will now take this pen. There we go. There we go. There we go. Just a little bit of that. Okay. Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine to do. Hello, Scott Anderson, Johnny Mira, Isabella Brown, 895. How you doing? My name is Tim Fields. You're drawing a little historical fiction here. There. Bam. Okay. Bam. I'll go on the bottom there, just like that. And we'll go here and we'll put a little, there we go. See? All right. That's good. Yeah. I love this loose stuff here. Maybe that is the way to go with this particular book. Okay. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to turn on a little music here because it's getting a little bit hectic here. There's a lot of new music for Hi John. Some of the stuff was pretty good. Check this sound out. I don't know if you can hear it. Nice. There we go. There'll be a lot of drawing that's going to have to be done over the coming weeks and months. Hello, Hajima. Hajna Jismad? Guess that's what that is. All right. go here. Let's see what we got going here. Hello, LinkedIners. How you guys doing? Good to see you. LinkedIners. Let's go back. Alright, we're good there. Alright, let's go here. There. Alright, that is live. Refresh this here. Should be good to go. Yes. Liking that. Alright, so it should be good. Should be good there. Alright, so here's the main character here. We're during a Civil War battle sequence. There we go. Alright. Alright. All right. All right. Whoops.
I'm done talking about this. I'm done talking about it. I won't bring it up. For God's sake, the couch is there. It's mine. It's great. Yeah.
What's the matter?
There we go.
All I've done today is cry. All I've done.
All right.
Honey, it's alright. It's just like anything else in life. Alright, come on. It's alright. It's okay.
All right, let's take the little shadow here because we want that knee area to pop out. See? Right up in there. Then we're going to have the hands
A bunch of people here
and the arm pop out there. See?
You do all this some other time, okay? On your side, alright?
And then he's pointing here, the head. There we go.
On your side.
There we go. See? All right, I like that. All right, so we have this. Now what we're going to do here.
There's still a lot of things that me and Colin need to discuss. But all my friends are here. And Colin's parents are on the way here to meet my parents for the first time. So for now, we're going to go home and try to have some fun.
so that's one. Put another one here. And these shapes here can be a little bit, they can be a little bit silhouette. That's all right. So they can be silhouette-y. A little bit of highlights on there. There we go.
Caleb has been worried how this meeting might go and how Chuck and Marlene might react to our crazy family. So I hope this goes well for Caleb's sake.
There we go. See?
You guys finally, we heard a lot about you guys.
All right. Whoops. Let me do this view. I need to reset display. Okay, there we go. Let's zoom in here. So you see how small that is, but when we zoom in, it's a little bit loose, but that's okay. Now we're going to take this. We're going to go this right down here.
I mean, it seems like it's going well. I hope it is. We have two goals, two wars.
It's
Nerve-wracking.
it is nerve-wracking to stand there and
All right, there we go. That looks pretty good there.
talking and you have no idea what they're talking about.
And we'll leave that a little bit. I think I will put a full moon there. Just a little bit.
I want our parents to get along. I know, I'm excited for them to figure out this chapter of their life.
Put little clouds there, little night clouds. We'll color all that in a little bit later. Now, if I turn this off here, see what's happening? So these images here, I would say, are done. Now, what I've got to do here, this is going to be interesting how we work this out. Now, let's save this. Hello, user 1810151340838. Holy smokes, that is a long username. Good to see you there. I will open up a little Facebook here. LinkedIn, again, we're still going well with that. Got one current viewer. Thank you so much for doing that. TikTok is going. Hello, somebody just popped in there. That would be Not Smart Aviation. Hey, Taylor, how you doing? I just sitting here drawing a little graphic history here. And just finished the last of this kind of image here. That'll be, there we go. Like that. Let's do this here. So we got Facebook is going okay. YouTube okay. Instagram not. Very disappointing with Instagram. Very disappointing. But what you're gonna do? I know Substack. We don't mess with Substack. Never mess with Substack. All right. So let's go here. Now what we got to do is we got to get ready to run these pages through the software and then lay them out here and then have them ready to present in the morning. So first thing we're going to do here is we're going to go here. We're going to go to, yep, I think we're good there. We're going to export this. Prince. Double horse. Okay, got that. And then we need to do this one here. Oops. It also would help to save that. You guys can't see that right now. I have to save this. Okay, that is now saved. All right, pretty good. All right, and then the next one we want to save is this one. All right, and the thing is, we finished that before, but let's try this here. This is the one thing we didn't finish before, so let's do this here. Watch this, guys. So we're gonna go here. That's the horse carriage, right?
I think we should talk about last night.
You got the horse carriage. Hang on. Horse carriage here, yes. And then we have the underlay of it that makes it kind of fit, right? So that's pretty good there. I like that. That's pretty good. Let's make it a little bit bigger though. As a matter of fact, what I think I'll do is I will create a new folder here. Whoops.
I just wanted to come on my own and say a few things.
There we go. Bam. Boom. Put that in there. And call this carriage 1. All right, now let's see if we can move this in place here. We're gonna go that right there. Yes, that's pretty good. See? So that's one carriage there. I like that. I like that a lot. Then the next one, we're going to duplicate this. And here, we're going to move this over here. So, as you can see here, the carriage are pretty much in the same, mostly in the same place. But we got to erase a few things to make it work, but that's okay. I'll do another one here. As a matter of fact, no. We will take both of these guys here. We'll duplicate them at the same time, and we're going to move those right down there, and we're going to take these two guys. Watch this. See? And put it right there. All right, you see? See what's happening? So they're going to different locations here. So now I can go here. Let me just do a little bit of this here. Watch this. I'm going to go here, I'm going to take this, and we're just going to take a little bit of brush, just to kind of move things a little bit. See? All right, not bad. All right, put a little bit here on this side here.
I think we should talk about last night.
All right, there we go. Yep. All right, here, a little shadow underneath there. And here we'll also put a little shadow underneath there. See what's happening? We're kind of integrating everything into the scene. However, we do need to go here. Now watch what I'm going to do here, guys. So you can see here, if I move into that, see how it's overlapped there? So what I've got to do, I've got to take her hair here.
I'm feeling all of that while it's all taking place in front of your entire family. So it's just, I also mentally just needed a break.
When you went outside, I talked to Sammy.
All right, here we go.
What did Sammy say?
Multiple things that got me worked up. And then most
Okay, so let's see here. We're going to turn this back on. And select that. Watch this. Boom. See? So now that carriage is behind the person walking, and that's pretty good. I don't mind that so much. That is acceptable. Okay, good. Good. All right, so we're good there. Let's save this. All right, now comes the moment of truth. We're going to go export JPEG again. This one right here, we're going to change a little bit. I think we will, we're going to call it, we're going to go
I'm just gonna leave you. I think
destinations. Okay, we're good. We'll do this here, and we do that there. Okay, we got that. All right, so now we got to get this prep to run through VizCom. Hello, Ace Hazel Wilson, Kathleen Meehan, Lisa, Randy Moore, 783, Doris Ann, how you doing? Tino, 91169, how you doing? All right, so now we're going to zoom in here. Now we're going to pick up, and this is where we should probably go to a little Photoshop. All right, there we go. So we're going to go here. We're going to do, let's see, we're going to go right there. Now, watch what we're going to do here. So we have this. So now what we got to do is we got to separate these layers into different kind of sectors. All right, so this is Photoshop. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to go here.
Did not fuss around that.
So what I'm doing here is I am deselecting around these sections here so that I can keep these layers kind of separate, which is good. I'll go here. There we go. All right, watch this. And do Command Shift J. So, believe it or not, that is actually separate from there. Hold on, let's do this. Let's try it again. Let's go Command Z. Okay. All right, we're going there. All right, let's go here now. Command Shift J. Let's try it again. Command Shift J. There we go. So we got it. Right? There we go. I think we're good here. Now, this one here I'm going to leave the way it is. And I'll show you why. Because in this section here, I really don't want... As a matter of fact, let me... oh, I'm sorry. Make that into a new layer. Okay, so we're going to go here. Shift this new layer over there. We're going to go okay. All right, we're good. So now here we need to take our white brush. All right, and now we're going to go over this. See, because we want to remove that line. We want that to kind of like be one image to show what's happening. Now I can go back here, and this is where I can take these images. So I can go here. I'll go top part here. Command Shift J, so that's separate there. Go back here. Let's go here. Command Shift J. Right, so that's there. Now we got these guys here. All right, let me take care of this and get rid of that section there. Okay, that's good here. Command D. Now I'm gonna go here. Let's try one more time. Command Shift J. Okay, that's good. Whoops. There we go. Command Shift J. Okay, we got it. Now we'll go here. We're going to delete the top parts here. So should be able to, in theory, place these guys right where they should be. So there we go. So everything is on a separate layer here. And when we open these things up, we should be able to go with individual sets and so on and so forth. We're going to name these here. We're going to go here will be let's see if we okay, got that. Read. It'll be troops. What's going on? Are you all right? Are you okay? Okay, let me step away for a little bit, guys. I'll be right back. No. All right, what's up? What's going on?
I don't think that anything with Balin is a one-stop shop fits all, but is there a way that deep brain stimulation could possibly be one of the answers? So it's a brain surgery. Pretty much there's an instrument here, and then an instrument placed where we know the tics live in the brain, so it interrupts the whole tick-to-retic process. It's a pretty invasive surgery, which obviously is terrifying, but it also could be very life-changing. Scary.
Of course it's scary, I know. Let's talk to Balin about it in person. Go over there.
I'm gonna turn this off here.
Balin's never been a fan of DBS, and she's always been standoffish, so I'm hoping that she at least is open to hearing about it. I just want to be making sure that we've done every single thing we can.
This
Alright guys, sorry about that. Had to step away. The missus was having a few issues, but we're okay now. We're back. Alright, so let's see here. Go back here. Nice troops. And then this one we'll call Abe. Okay. And then here, we can call this Double Boris. Alright, now, you see how I've got all these laid out in different layers. Now watch what I do here. When I go here and select all those layers, I can right click and I can go export as. And what it'll do, it'll set up all these guys, all these images as relatively high resolution images. And that's good, that's what you want. So I'm now going to export these guys to the correct folder, Black Prince. There we go. So that's done. Now we'll go back to this one. Same thing, right? So this is Photoshop. So what I can do here, I'm just going to take, whoops. Matter of fact, because I have dead scan lines that act a little weird. Section here, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to grab right off in there. I'm going to try to go off in all these guys here. Let's go here. Yep, that's pretty good. And we will take a little, we're going to add just a little bit of more edge on this section here. There we go. Not bad. Not bad. And we can deselect a little bit of this on the top. See? Which is good. That's what we want. All right. Now, under Command Shift J. See? Whoops. Wrong one. Let's do it again. Hit X. Command Shift J. So we now have this on a separate layer, but now we need to separate these separate layers into their own frames. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go here and try to go right in the middle section there. Yeah, pretty good. Command Shift J. So you will see that is one layer. Go back here again. This time I'm going to do it right there. Command Shift J. See? See how it's working? So now we can go here. Good. Command Shift J. Alright, so this is good. So you can see here we have these layers here, right? We'll name that layer there. We're going to call this Town. Carriage Town. Okay, good. Call this one here Church. And we can call this one here Homestead. And then we can call this here Valley. Now, I might be able to pull this off as one image, but right now I just wanted the ability to be able to take all four together. So what we're going to do, I'm going to select these again and right click. I'm going to quick export as. And again, they all export as the name of the layer that I've selected them as. Make sure it goes to the highest resolution JPEG. And it's Black Prince again. All right, there we go. Now, of course, understand that I still have this particular variant that's like with the full on. So we will see what happens. You know, again, what we want to do is we want to make sure that we can get our colors based. This is what I use Viscom for, meaning I do my drawings like normal, still regular drawing. But when I want to lay in color, instead of hiring a flatter, I just use this to basically add in color with rendering, and then I have to go in after and add some illustration work on top of that. So let's go here. And go here to, we're going to get rid of the Getty images. I don't think we need that. Okay, what is this? Who is this here talking to me? Okay, this is someone's talking to me. Boy, these reading glasses, they look great, but their lenses are jacked up completely. Who is this talking? I don't know who that is. That is, who is that? That is, it's Stacy Robinson. What's up, and come on? What's up? Our brothers, my brothers. All right, let's see here. I'm gonna go. Let's take new window. I'm gonna type in Viscom. There we go. We should be good. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens, man. All right, we're gonna create a new file. And I'll just leave this to where it is. That's fine. All right, we should be okay. I hope we'll be okay. And we want to upload an image. We'll go to our Black Prince page. Now, I could work all of these individually, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this one here. We're going to see what happens. All right, so we got that. See what's happening? Now, we're going to... We don't want to go, we're going to go here to render. Okay, all right, so we still set to 4, which is great, thank God. By the way, the renderer in Viscom is really quite nice. Hello, Jeter Freak, Katie Kaboom, Rudy Saldivar 94945. How you doing? Pleasure to see you. Leaf, Arturo Miranda, Dagoberto Ucida, Tino 91169. Hello. How you guys doing? All right, so now what we're going to hit is hit the word describe, and it'll actually begin the process of describing these things. Now, I may have to go to my other element. I may have to do that. Wooden horse carriage drawn with curved canvas hoods, hard was okay. Weathered print finish, okay, so we got this. We're going to say with curved 4 images of wooden horse-drawn carriage with curved canvas hoods. All right. We're going to say image 1, morning town. Image 2, early morning church. Image 3, we're going to call that sun. We're going to call that afternoon farmland. And then we're going to go image 4. We can call that sunset grassland. All right. Image 1, we're going to say midday town, not morning town. Midday town. Okay. Let's see what happens. It might do a good job, it might not, but we're going to see. It's rendering now. We're going to see it. And generally, when I render out these images, what happens is, depending upon how the software, I might have to just take it in one at a time, but that'll be okay. For right now, let's see what happens. Yeah, not quite. It made everything look like it's covered. Whoa, wait. Hang on now. Oops. Huh. Okay. Very interesting. I'm going to save this one because there's something about that maybe I can use. That is not terrible. Wow, it did a really good job there. It's okay there. Let's see here. Nope. Well, the sky there is good. We're going to add that one too. All right, now this is good, and I think we'll save this as, we'll call it horse carriage travel full AI. Okay, we're good there. Now, since we know that acted a little weird there, we're going to export this. Okay, there we go. We're good there. That's good. Now we're going to go back to our main. We're going to go back to our workspace. And what we'll do here, hello, Joel Christian Gill. How you doing? Good to see you. What we're going to do now is we're going to create a new file, start in Studio. But this time, I think what we'll do is, as sometimes it's good to import all of the pages in, sometimes not. So let's go here just one at a time. We'll do here. This is what you're going to do here is with the image with Abe Lincoln, right? That's a shot where he is writing some laws that are addressing some of the issues of the people of color within the graphic novel story that Stephen wrote. So we're going to hit here. We're going to hit describe. As you can see here, him close up, kind of mid close up, bearded 19th century man. Okay, well, we're going to say Abraham Lincoln, and we should be specific. Abraham Lincoln. And we're not going to say formal coat. We're going to say in white shirt with suspenders and bow tie, writing with quill on paper at wooden desk besides glass oil lamp, 3/4 profile. All right, we're going to say nighttime interior, photoreal, realistic, and then cinematic. I just do that. You know, it might not be necessary to do it, but I do it. All right, let's see what we get here. Now, you do the drawings. You then lay the color in, right? And what that color will do, hey, what's up, man? How you doing, bro? Good to see you. Joel Christian Gill is the fantastic creator of the MFA cartooning program at Boston University. He's a good man, and he took mercy on my butt. Anyway, let's go here. Nah, that sucks. Interesting. You see what it did? It actually turned this into a black and white drawing. Very interesting. That didn't work out. Let's go back here. We're going to say image of bearded man, because it may have gotten confused because I use a white shirt with suspenders and bow tie, we're writing with quill on paper. Okay. Besides lamp, in a dark room. All right, we're going to get rid of nighttime interior because I don't think we need that. All right, let's try a render here. Let's see what happens. See what happens. We're streaming on TikTok. We're streaming on YouTube. We're streaming on, what the hell is this? Substack. Streaming on Facebook. We're streaming on 2 YouTube channels. We're streaming on, I think, maybe 2 or 3 or 4 Facebook channels. LinkedIn, we're streaming. TikTok, we're streaming. Damn, man, it's messed up what they did to me on this other thing here. Oh, that's interesting. Look at that. That is interesting. That is interesting as well. But I kind of like this one here. I'm going to add this one. But here's what we're going to do. I'm going to get rid of all this other stuff. Image of bearded man wearing a white shirt with suspenders, a bow tie, in a dark environment. Not that it'll matter, but we'll see. We'll see if that does what we need it to do. Now we're going to hit generate again. Let's see what it gets us. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. But either way, we can still, again, the most important thing here is the actual texture and the lighting scheme on his hands and face. The rest of the stuff, we can just paint that. Oh, no, look at this. Wowie kazowie, look at that. Oh, man, that is pretty daggum insane there. No, 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 yes. We're going to keep that one. We'll keep this one. Because I like that one with the gold, the wick there and everything. That's pretty good. That one's no. This one, sure, why not? All right, so we're going to call this image here done. We're going to call this Abe. All right, so we can save that. Now we can export this. PSD. Did that export? I don't even know if that exported. Let's try it again. I think it worked. Okay, let's try it one more time here. Yes, that went because I saw it up there. Okay, good. All right, now we're going to go back to our workspace, go to our next image. So again, it's having to take the time to do the drawings, right? Do the drawings. You import it through VizCom. You run that through the software. That software gives you the rendering and the texture. You still got to go in, you got to paint. There's no escape from that. What this does, it takes the tedious rendering that hurts so much and it dramatically reduces it. But it's still following the line work in your drawing. So all you're doing is just merging those two things together. It's like working with watercolor or some form like that. Like you can kind of sort of control the water, but the water is being affected by gravity. So what's happening is you're working with the software, or the software is working with you to move closer to your image. But there's really only one step with AI. Once you do this, you got to make all the design choices with your black and white work with the drawing. Once that runs through, that's it. You're kind of not going back to AI again. Because you start with you go through AI, you whip it through, it does its renders in a few seconds, and then you export it, and then that's it. You go back to the other stuff you got to do. All right, let's create a new file here. Go here and try again. Now this time, let's go to, I think I want to go here this time. Let's go here. All right, we're gonna go here to create. We're gonna hit describe. This is where the main character is being taken from his mother, who just gave birth to him. This is a young baby. Crime of companion on reclining woman in just giving birth, and companion on rumpled linen bed, startled faces a man in the door cradling a baby. Okay, we're gonna say we're gonna not describe the time. Well, what we'll do is we'll say 3 p.m. All right, let's see what happens. In doorway. Okay, let's see what happens. We're gonna hit generate. I could describe the environment a little bit more, but let's see what the software does. Hello, Vicky Friedman. How you doing? All right, it's running. Thank God for these multiple generators. Oh, that's terrible. You can look at that and tell that's terrible. See? No, that's not what we're looking for. We're not looking for that. We don't want that. We do not want that. All righty, so let's go back here. All right, we're gonna say African It's dash American because you got to tell it the race. With this software, American woman just giving birth, facing a, let's say, white man, because that's what he is. We're kind of just giving birth, and black female companion in a wooden paneled room. I'm sure I misspelled that. Startled, facing a white man in a doorway. All right, we're gonna see what happens. Now, let's see what happens. Let us see, ladies and gentlemen. We're working here. It's coming up with something, and of course, sometimes it gives you what you close to what you want. Sometimes it doesn't, and it's all good. All right, let's check this one out. That is interesting. That's interesting. Let's keep that just for a second. We'll see what happens here. No. But that's interesting, though. That is interesting. We're going to say here, we're going to change this now. We're going to say of an African woman, let's see, in a dark and we're going to say dark room. Startled. All right, let's try it again. Let's see what happens. And sometimes you can get to something you could use. Sometimes, like I said, it's going to require a little paint over it, and that's all right. All right, who is this? And look like my brother has won an award. Good for you. Brother Stacy Robinson. So happy. Wow, look at that. So happy for him. Award winner. That's dope. Dope. Ha ha. I say dope-tastic. Payout. Got it. There we go. Very nice. All right, let's see what's happening here. Oh, this might be interesting. No. That's interesting. That's the light scheme on that. But what it's doing is emitting a light from the left, which is kind of interesting. Oh, that's interesting. I think we'll keep that too. All right, now, let me just try this one more time. Here's where it's really going to be. It's going to be interesting. We're going to say, I'm going to get rid of all this. Dark room of a woman of an African American woman and her midwife looking at a wind and taking her newborn child. Okay. There's an image of a moody, dark room. Okay, let's see what happens now. It's something about that I like for some reason. But let's try this here. Let's see what happens. Huh. I don't know what that is. So they're like gifts and stuff. I still got to figure this part out. All right, let's see what happens. Oh, this looks interesting. Look at that. Wow. I mean, it turned this white guy into like another black woman, but that's actually not bad. Let's try this. No. No. Yes. Get that there. That's pretty good. And that one there is pretty good. So I think we will call these images here done. We will call baby still. We will, let's see here. We're going to go right there. What time is it? It's now 11 o'clock. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday, December 2nd. So much work I have to do over the coming weeks. I've got to finish Black Metropolis, my memoirs that I've been working on for several years, but it's time to close that up because we just got some really, really important news about upcoming events that now it is now more important than ever that I finish the work that I'm trying to get done. All right, we got that one. All right, here we go. This one should be fun. All right, we're going to say, go here, describe and sometimes you could probably write these prompts yourself, but sometimes what it is, it's always fun to have the software kind of describe what you've put in there and see what it does. Then you just edit it. But it really fluctuates sometimes on whether or not it's going to get right in the pocket with it. But, you know, it's okay. It's all right, man. It's okay. It's all right. All right, let's hit describe one more time here. Night troops. This will be like a full moon at night. Group of, I'm going to say Union. Whoops. Let's go back here. Civil War era Union soldiers ascending a slope. Lead officer pointing forward a fixed bayonet. I'm going to say with a gun, with a revolver. Rifle slung wool coats and leather boots. We're going to say night time with full moon. All right. And fog. All right, let's see what happens here if that gives us what we need. We're going to do again photorealistic. Now, why do I put that word in there? I put that word in it because I am not interested in these images looking like someone else's painting. Okay, live, we've detected inactivity during your current live. Okay, we're going to go right there. We're going great. What are they talking about? What are they talking about? All right, let's go here again. Okay, good. That's crazy. Yeah, what do you mean the inactivity? I've been working really hard on this stuff here. I don't know why. Oh, that's because, all right, we're good there. Let's move this back into place there. Sorry about that, guys. I must have been moving that without realizing it. All right, anyway. Now we're going to hit generate. Okay. This is good stuff, man. Really, really. It's like if you're going to draw this and then you have to go through the issue of painting everything, it's just like, you know, would add hours to this process. But this particular case here goes pretty fast. That's interesting. Interesting. No. No. All right, let's try it again. Group of Civil War era unit. I'm gonna say late night view and group image of group of Civil War era Union soldiers ascending the slope. We're gonna say 12 midnight with full moon and fog. All right, let's try it again. I didn't really like any of those that were there before. But what I might be able to do is I can take out, I'll probably take whatever it gives me and I'll just composite the color with an overlay on top of that. Sophia, how you doing? Ah, yes, much better. Much, much better. Okay, that's good. And we can color the grass and all that type of stuff. That's no big thing. We'll add that. We'll add this too. This one, nope. Let's go here. Here. There. I think we'll add that one too. All right. So we're going to say night troops. Like before. Night troops. AI. Okay, good. This is good. Now we need to share that file to export PSD. Alrighty. Let me just check something right quick. I know I'm on a little bit later tonight than normal. Hello there, Dave Gordon, 633. How you doing? I know I'm on a little bit later than I normally go, much later, but it's been a little busy as of late, and it might be ongoing for a little while. All right, LinkedIn, how you guys doing? Facebook, how you guys doing? All right, let me duplicate this. Oh, actually, we'll go here. Let's go to our desktop here. We will see. Yes, we're going live, and right now, okay, that's good. Not a worry. I think we're good there. All right, I just need to check and see if the stream was running. And of course, Substack, I don't bother. I think we'll be okay for now. When I get next few checks and stuff in, I will probably activate Twitter so I can start streaming to Twitter as well. The internet has, knock on wood, has seemed to be held pretty good. So I think we'll be okay for right now. All right, YouTube still going strong. YouTube Dare still going strong. Oh, we had 7 views tonight on that, so that's not bad. Okay, good. All right, cool. I can rock with that. All right, now let's go back to our works. Well, let's see. We need to export this. I think we did, but we'll just make sure here. File, export. There we go. Got it. All right, back to workspace. So this is good. Good stuff. Create a new file. One more. Upload an image. So we've done the child being taken. We've done the night troop. We have the reading thing. There we go. Going to go here. Young child. Young African American child reads in a dark room with a pot emanating light, firelight. Okay, we're going to go photoreal, realistic, cinematic. May have to go back to using the word cinematic in this case here. Let's go to generate, see what happens. Let's see what happens, baby. Baby, baby. Baby, baby, baby. Yes. I can already see. Look at this one. Look at that one. That's it. I don't even know if we need anything else beyond that, but that's the shot. Look at that shot. Now, this one's cool as well, but there's some issues on, well, interesting. Let's go here. Something about that one. This one, no. That one, that's interesting. I think I'll save that one too. But I would say this right here is read. I think fire read AI. I'm going to go here, file, export.psd. All right, I think we're good there. Hello, Sarita. How you doing? Peggy Finley, how you doing? Pleasure. All right, so we're good there. And again, all this type of stuff, even though this is there, I have to go in and I have to paint over it. You know, again, as you can see here, this is all following my drawing. My drawing is the image prompt. I do not start with a written prompt. I'll always start with my drawing as the image prompt. The software then, based upon the description that's written, sometimes it'll automatically written. I always have to edit, but I will then tell it the kind of light scheme I want. And what this does is saves a tremendous amount of time in terms of toning and editing. So I can go in and then, you know, certain things like, look at these wrinkles in the shirt. That's just saves a lot of time. I don't put myself in the hospital because I'm not trying to do that like I have in the past. And so this is good. This is good for me. All right, so we got that. I think we did that one. We're going to go back here again. Back to workspace. And yep, I think we're good there. We're going to create one more new file. Well, maybe two more new files. Let's see. All right, we're going to go here, upload an image. We're going to go to this one here. All right, now I'll go here. Now you're going to see describe. And then we shall see what happens. We shall see side profile of a horse pulling a wooded two-wheel carriage with metal spoke wheels. We're going to say wooden, not metal. Oof. Wooden spoked wheel, leather harness, and an upright African American. Oops. American driver wearing a top hat, high contrast black and white. And then we got to give it the time of day. I think here what we'll do is we'll do midday. Photorealistic and cinematic. All right. Whoops. That was a bit alarming. Go to generate again. Now I added the word cinematic and photoreal because it's just, you know, maybe that's just my imagination, but it tends to seems like it works. But again, all these things are composited together, even though there's that painted element. These line drawings are K2, how you doing, will be composited over. And I want to thank everybody for your support tonight. You know, if you stay in, you come in, you stop for a second, it's really, really amazing for you to do that. Really thank you guys for doing this. I really should stream early in the day, but you know, what can I say? Oh, interesting. Sort of interesting. Nope. All right, let's go back here. I have a brown horse pulling a wooden two-wheel drag. We're going to say high contrast gray and white. And white. Midday sun. Photorealistic. I don't generate. Because the thing is, we kind of like want an implied background here. That's what we want. We'll be able to put it all together, though. This is good, though. It's the thing, you know, you work so hard on these drawings, and the issue becomes, well, can you, see, there you go. That's the one we're looking for right there. So you can go add. That's pretty good. I still add it, but not so much. Not quite. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's add this as well. But the one I like is that one. That one there is pretty good because it gave a little grass and stuff, and that might work. That might work. Okay, good. So I would say this right here is going to be double horse. Double horse AI. Okay, we're good. Now we go here. File. Export.psd. Now I got to do two other images. I have to do some repair work on the faces because we got to stay. Hello, Dee Dee. How you doing? How you doing, Dee Dee? Good to hear and see you. there. Thank you so much for popping in. Oh, by the way, let me ask you, this is going to sound really weird, but on the YT, I am trying to reach 500 subscribers. Let me see what's happening here. Let's go here. Let's see where we are on the YT. Let's see if we have reached 500 subscribers. We're going here. Last time I checked, it was at 498. 498. Let's see what happens. Oh, look at that. Ha ha. 501 subscribers. This is all. I have been working for years to get to this point, and we finally reached 500. This is amazing. Let's go. All right, so we had to do a screen capture. Let me do it one more time. Yes. Thank you, guys. I know 500 subscribers, that's nothing. I know that's nothing. But for me, I've been stuck at 300 subscribers for 3 years. I started streaming, live streaming, and doing my Comatic Hi John Conquer, which you can go on YT and check and see. You can see it on YouTube. Stop. I don't want to hit the algorithm to hit me. You can do it on YT. You can do it on Instagram. You can do it on all those major social media channels. It premieres every day. And I have to say, the thing that's very cool is I may have been just at like 300 subscribers. Like last year. And I was stuck there for a very long time. But over the last 5 months, the numbers have changed slowly. And I have actually gone out to ask folks to, hey, please subscribe to my YT. And we got to over 500 tonight. I wish I would have seen it when it was 500. But this is good. This is amazing. Thank you so much, people. It makes me emotional doing that, because it means that possibly the big dog might be able to be monetized. What do you think? What do you think? Wouldn't that be cool to be monetized for a change? Just for kicks? Anyway, this is good. All right, 11:17. We want to provide colors for, all right, I think we're good here, but let me just try something. We're going to say afternoon sun. Afternoon sun. And the reason why I'm doing it, I just want to see if we can get a little bit more contrast. If we can, great. If not, we ain't going to worry about it. And I don't mind the abstraction in there, because once the line worker's on there and you go in with your overlays, you're pretty good. All right, this is going to be interesting. It looks mostly the same. Oh, yeah. Let me take this one just in case. Just in case. But by and large, again, I'm happy with what I've got. I think we can live with it. Alrighty. So we're good here. Double Horse AI. We're going to save that one more time. All right, there we go. We're good there. Now we're going to go back to our workspace. So again, that's a double page spread. You'll see the way that looks in a moment. So I'm very happy with the way these guys here have turned out. We're going to create a new file, start in Studio. We're going to upload another image. So we got, these are the ones here. This is the one. I did all of them, but let me just go in one at a time. We're going to say horse drawn carriage riding down let's go 1800s, 1860s, I say 1850s, small town. Gonna say midday. Photorealistic, cinematic. Now keep in mind, when I had done this before, I kind of try to do the entire page at the same time. This works generally best. Windex 2.0, how you doing? Audrey, how you doing? Thank you so much for everything. So to finish up my thought here, I think what tends to happen, for me at least, is I will this stuff tends to work best one image at a time. But there are times when you can import entire pages with multiple images, and it'll do okay with that. But let's see where. Yeah, see, that's pretty much there. Yeah, that's pretty much there. Oh, that one's better. Gonna add that one. Let's go here. Yep, gonna add that one. I would almost say that's pretty rare because we're gonna use a little monochromatic tones on these things here just to show the time of day. But that's pretty good. I think I can live with this. We're gonna say horse carriage town. Whoops. My mouse almost fell off my table again. So yeah, a lot of big things coming together, guys, over the coming weeks and months. A lot of work has to be done. An incredible amount of work has to be done between now and the end of this month on multiple projects. I just have to, I sometimes, I just sitting there saying sometimes I become overwhelmed all the time. And I've got to get my act together and really kind of like focus to get stuff done. It is a bit overwhelming, but I got to say that it really does make a difference when you're doing your work. It really does make a difference because you feel a sense of accomplishment. I know I do. And so there we go. So, yep. All right. So that's good there. All right. Now we're going to go to another one here. Back to workspace. We're going to go again. Start in studio. Upload an image. And we got the one with the town. Now we're going to do the church. Going to do the church. Whoops. Yeah, I know my desktop sucks. Okay. Let's go here. Gonna say horse drawn carriage riding towards. Even though these people here are too big, but that's okay. I'll reduce them down in size. Riding towards country church. We're going to call it early morning. Photorealistic cinematic. And I don't know if this makes a difference, but I think it does. I think it really does make a difference in terms of what it is thinking it needs to do. Hello, Ace8751. How you doing? My name is Tim Field, the visual Afrofuturist and graphic novelist, known for doing this book here, Infinitum, an Afrofuturist tale, Maddie's Rocket, and the recent graphic history of hip hop. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Look at that. Oh, wow. Look at that. Yeah, a little bit too low. Look at these chrome helmets. I didn't say chrome helmets like that. Too much snow. Too much snow. Interesting. Okay, let's change this. We're going to riding towards a country church. On a dirt grassy no. All right, we did that. We did that because I don't want it to come out white like that. All right, I think we might be all right, though. We'll see. We're going to see how it works, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to see how it works. All right, much better. I can already tell it's much better. Watch this. See? Much better. Much better. Much better. I can live with that. So we're going to add that. That's kind of interesting. This one, not so much. That one, no. But the other two I have are fine. You know, and sometimes it's good to kind of like limit your options. You know, if you see 4 renders, one of them or 2 of them work great, just choose those 2 and that's it. Because we're not trying to have the software do all the work for us. What we want is the basic light scheme, right? And some of the rendered textures you can see here. This gives us nice texture in there. You know, we have to go in there, highlights. It gives us shadows and all that type of stuff. That's pretty good for this stuff. That's great, and I like that. All right, so we're going to call this Horse-Drawn Carriage Church AI. Let me get rid of the word carriage. Horse-drawn church. All right. File. Okay, there we go. That went in there. Great. All right, so we got the first 2 done. I'm going to go back to Workspace, create a new file, start in Studio, upload an image. So we did the town, we did the church, and now we're doing a homestead. Now, this is going to be interesting. This one here, I'm going to say horse drawn carriage rides past plantation, or rides towards plantation and crops with crop workers in the field. All right, we're going to see if this works. All right, we're going to say bright sun, photorealistic, cinematic. All right, and go back here where we go to render and generate. Let's see what happens. Again, we're not looking for perfection. We're just looking for close enough, because the rest of it is going to have to be illustrated into place anyway. All right, sort of interesting. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Nope. Nope. Sort of yes. And the first one here is sort of yes. We might be able to composite those 2 things together. But I want that kind of brown look there. That kind of grass. Yeah, that will work. This one, no. That one, definitely no. All right, let me just try one more thing here. I want to go back here. Rise towards a painted white plantation. We're going to set towards rides. Command C, get rid of that. Rides past African American workers in a field towards a painted white plantation. Bright sun. Yep. Alrighty then. Let's go here. We're going to go generate. Let's see what happens. Looking pretty good here. It's generating. And I could have lived with the ones I had, but I feel like let me just take the extra 2 minutes it would take to render this out. It might have something that works better. Again, it might also be compositing everything. I never know. Let's go here. Oh, that's interesting. Close. Sort of close. I'm going to go add that just in case, and we'll go here. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that house there. In fact, I would say that one's probably the one I wanted, which I think I had put that in there before. Yeah, we're gonna stick with that one. Okay, good. So we got that. We're gonna call this horse drawn. We're gonna go field AI. All right, I'm gonna go file, export PSD. Okay, we're good there. All right, feel good about that. Now we're gonna go to our last one here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, we got that. Create new file, start in studio, upload an image, and we will go with that one. There it is. That's the one. We're gonna go carriage rides through open plain during sunset. Photorealistic cinematic. All right. Again, I'm trying to deploy photorealistic phenomena or cinematic phenomena into my drawings. I have zero interest in making my images look like another artist's work by name. There's just certain things you can't avoid. Like I know you can't necessarily avoid photoreal stuff. Oh, that's pretty good. Look at that. But something about that doesn't work. There we go. That one works. I'm gonna add that one. That's good. We're gonna add that one here. A little bit too much, but I think we got the two we need here. I can live with that. All right, so we're gonna call this horse. Whoops. And this is 4 pages I'm doing here. Horse drawn. Horse drawn. We're gonna say horse drawn what? Horse drawn sunset. AI. There we go. There we go. File. It is now 11:33. I'm probably going to go to midnight now. Shut it down around then. I know we started a little bit late tonight, but hey, forgive me for that. But it's been a lot going on this end. Okay. Let's go back here. I think we're good with Photoshop. It's going well. Man, bombed out by Instagram, but what you gonna do? TikTok is moving. LinkedIn is moving. Facebook is, oh my eyes, that's terrible. Facebook is moving. Let me refresh that. Facebook is moving. Okay, good. So I think we will shift this over right about there so I can keep an eye on everything. Again, don't mess with Substack because you start screwing around with Substack, you mess it up. All right. I think we're good here. Now, the only other thing I think I'm missing, am I missing anything? No? I think we got all those different elements done. Let me take these glasses off here because it hurt my eyes. Again, I set on my glasses several months ago and never bothered to replace the glasses, but that's coming. Let me just, for you guys that are just here, let me introduce myself. My name is Tim Fielder. I'm a visual Afrofuturist and graphic novelist, known for the graphic novels Infinitum An Afrofuturist Tale, this guy here. Maddie's Rocket, that guy there. And another book called The Graphic History of Hip Hop. If I go here to my projects, got The Graphic History of Hip Hop, done with my good friend and writing partner, Dr. Walter Grayson, who I love dearly, and our managing partner, Christina Hungsbrook Lamartina. We did this book. It was a labor of love. Damn near killed both of us, but we got it done. Presently working on volume 2, which I hope to have. You never know. Maybe miracles can happen. I can have it done this month. I don't know. A lot of stuff going on, but we got Infinitum here. This is the graphic novel that I'm doing. You can go online and buy any of these books. This was, it's interesting. This image here was actually at one point, part of it was done with AI, but this is early AI when it was like a I forget what the neural transfer type thing was, and it gave me these kind of interesting textures. This environment here was actually built in 3D, so you build it in 3D, and it has all the basic renders in there, and then you just enhance what's there and you add in detail. So you can get that kind of quasi photoreal look. Very happy with that book. Even the chairs, I had to build everything, put the characters in the chairs, so that's pretty good. Then you got Maddie's Rocket, which is been out. Book 1 is out, and gonna eventually finish book 2. And then we got Diesel Funk Studios. Oh, what am I talking about? Graphic History, Hip Hop, Infinitum. I showed you guys. My company is called Diesel Funk Studios. I'm Tim Fielder. And then we have this guy here, which is my newest project. Called Hi John Conqueror. A kind of a transmedia project, I guess. Maybe I would call it transmedia. I'm not entirely sure. But it is a retro Afrofuturist. I tend to specialize in a lot of retro Afrofuturism. I'm ready to get to some high-tech stuff soon enough, though. But retro Afrofuturism, action adventure done in the veins of Jules Verne, Edgar Rice Burroughs, H.P. Lovecraft, and all those kind of quasi-racist dudes, but done unturned on its head with an Afrofuturist through an Afrofuturist lens, with action adventure, very much influenced by the work of Alex Raymond to the extent that I can influence Frank Frazetta. My take on it, because it's never going to be done quite like that. I'll do my take on it for all of my high-tech elements. The format, the reason why I did this book the way it is, you can see all the episodes here. Right now, we just put up the 23rd episode this morning. This is a title sequence. Yep, so that's the title sequence. The next one should go up tomorrow, maybe even the day after. I don't really know. And that is where we are. And I've been very, very happy to have done this particular book. Well, it's not a book, it's a comatic. A comatic is a storytelling format that uses the language of comics, word captions, balloons, panels, but it's showcased like an animatic. And an animatic is where you take storyboards and you have them appear chronologically over a time. And that can be done with sound. In my case, it uses music. It could also be done with voiceovers, but for Hi John, since the focus is comics, I don't want people to be hearing people talk. I want them to read the material. And so it's a hybrid form between a comic and animatic, thusly the word comic. Further, each episode lasts approximately 1 minute long. So the idea is that although this chromatic has that comic element to it, it is at its core a comic, but it functions on a broader level as a microdrama. Microdramas are becoming more prominent. They're anything that lasts from 1 to 2 minutes in vertical format, but I have willingly chosen to stick with the widescreen format because there's just certain things that you can show in widescreen that you just can't show in vertical. But I don't know. I might change my mind on that. But for right now, we are where we are. By the way, for those folks who might be interested, all of this Hydron stuff eventually will be collected into a comic or graphic novel. I'm still on the fence as to whether or not once I get to 36 pages, if I just print issue 1, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But there we go. And I might not even do that. I might decide to stick with like instead of 32 pages, I might take it all the way to 56 pages. The length of a lot of band dessinée. As a matter of fact, let me just ask this right here. How long is French bande dessinée albums? And those are French comic books. French bande dessinée particular stage. Check it out. French bande dessinée BD albums typically contain between 46 and 64 pages, with the most common length historically and currently being 48 pages. So I am in my brain thinking maybe it might be cool to take it to 48 pages, between 48 and 54 pages. If I do that, then I may very well just print the first book and call it a day, and there we go. I'm not trying to do 200-page graphic novels because they kill me. But yeah, that is what I'm doing. I'm feeling pretty good about that. So right now, I would feel like the number of pages I have broken down are like 60 pages, but then add the other stuff, it's like 70 pages in total. But the story is taking to a really important part of this juncture, and the story is probably somewhere around 60 pages. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, there we go. So I could continue to work on this and placing the elements in there. Or what I've been doing, like I'll take this and I'll lay the colors in there. I'm finding maybe I don't need to do that. What I need to do is to finish the artwork in the Photoshop files that I downloaded first, color it there, then import those over after finish. That's what I'm thinking. But we will work it out, how we're going to work it out. At any rate, that's where we are. Woo! Get a little sleepy here. That's what happened. Let me drink a little water here. Make sure I'm hydrated. I have not been on top of that the way I need to. But we will do it now. It was a pretty long last week with Thanksgiving. But it was great hanging out in Vermont. It was just cold as hell. Oh my God, how do they do it? All right, we got a new name here in my thing. That is Leslie Ann 4141. How you doing? Pleasure to meet you. All right, so we got that. Now, what I'm going to do here again, this is all Photoshop. We're going to go back to, you can see here, this is I still got to lay stuff out for the newest episodes here. Artwork is pretty much done, but I got to lay the stuff out with the music and everything. But we'll get it there. We shall get it there. I have some major decisions I have to make between now and tomorrow. Okay, let's go to here. We're going to go to downloads. Yep, there's everything right there. All the files I downloaded. I'm going to go here all the way to here. We're going to deselect that one. Town, Church, Field, Sunset, Fire Reed, Night Troops, 8, okay. And now we're going to drag all these guys over to Clip Studio Paint. So now, here's what I can do when I do that. Now, watch this. So, as you can see here, that's the painted image, right? And it's pretty good. I love that. But that's the black and white image. Watch this. If I go here, even though you can see the line work in there, if I take this image here, move that on top, watch what happens when I go to multiply. See what happens? So, I'm able to retain my drawing while also keeping all these other things intact. Now, watch this. This is going to be a little weird here. Let me just duplicate this layer here. And I only learned this through trial and error. Like, there's some things I want to keep. I want to keep the soft edges in there. But certain things in the foreground, I would like to keep the line artwork. So, here we go. So, we go here. I'm going to go to normal. And I'm going to select color gamut. Whoops. That's not what I want. Go back here. We're going to select the color gamut. All right. Oh, my eyes. My poor, poor eyes. I should have such great eyes. All right. We're going to go here. And then we're going to click right off in there. I think. All right. We're going to go okay. Now I'm going to hit delete. So you see what happened there? What it did was it selected all of the white areas. And it did it. Now watch it. I'm going to hit Command U. And move all these guys over here. And watch what happens here. Watch what happens here. So I'm going to take that. Watch what I'm going to do. Move all the luminosity over there. So now that black line is filled again. Now watch this. I don't want to keep the line work here. I want that to be very light because I want to go in and like roughly paint over that and just give myself. So I can even erase. So when I'm erasing those dark line works, it makes everything kind of recede into the background. But I do want to keep the dark line work there. See? See what that does? That's pretty awesome, right? Now, here's the next thing I'm going to do. I'm going to go here. I'm going to take, instead of finger blow, I'm going to go to fingertip. Now, watch this. I don't know if it's going to work. We're going to see. I'm going to now duplicate this layer here. I'm going to go right here. Whoops. Not the one I want. Let's Command D this. There we go. Let's see if this works. Yep. See? See how it's giving me that? Now that's one way to do it. Another way to do it is I could go to that blend. I don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to see, aren't we? Let's see what happens. Yes. Nah, that sucks. That sucks, man. Let's go here. Nope. Wait. Hang on. No, that sucks too. These are like some kind of Japanese blending tools. Yeah, that's not bad. That's bad. Cloud. Let's see what happens with cloud. Whoa! Too much. All right, now we're going to go to blend. Blend is always the one we want. There we go. See? And what I'm doing here is softening these edges. See? So I can add little wisps of clouds. See? See what I'm doing? Yep. Oh! Drop my my phone kind of fell off its stand there and swung. It was connected to a cord, so that kind of protected it from it being much more disastrous than it could have been. All right, now let's just try this a little bit here. See that? So I can do that. See, I can live with that. Let's take this here. Just see how I'm able to blend these type of things. That's what makes this software so miraculous. Now, watch this. I can go here now. Watch what I'm going to do. Whoops. I kind of like a lot of this blending, but I'm going to take, let's take this off here. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to like really blend that back part there a little bit better. Right? That's very, very nice. That's very nice. And in certain cases, what I could do if I wanted to, I could have just kept, you know, and when I work on my other projects, there'll be some things where I won't keep the line at all. I'll just paint directly into this. Because it's following, I'll just paint over this. It's already giving me the textures and line artwork. See what it's doing? See what it's doing there? And that's pretty good. That's great. That's really, really great. But then I'll just go back to here. I can always take this and reduce it down. See, I'm reducing it down in resolution so it's very dark, like that. All right, that's pretty good. I like that. Now what I'm going to do is, watch this. I'm going to take this and I'm going to grab a layer. And I want to do a yellow blend, like right there. We're going to say the light is coming from the right hand side of this here, and I'm going to take a piece of chalk and I'm going to do this. Watch this, guys. Oh, we need to make that a little bit brighter there and thinner. See what that's doing? So you see how that light is affecting that from the side? Then just a little bit here. Now, I can also go here. See? And give it that charcoal look. Alright, and let's take a little bit of that. And we can even, if we want to, see? See how that's affecting that? Now watch this. I'm going to go into this layer here, which I could do. Let's go here to, oops, go back. All right, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. All right, I got a little screwed up there. This is all good, though. Watch this, watch this. We're going to go right here, and we're going to have our dude in his top hat here. No, that's horrible. It's horrible, 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 horrible. All right, we're going to take it there. There we go. There we go. Right there. And then we have our horse here. See how I can take these type of things and add things that were not originally in this? See what's happening? See how that horse is now in there? Now I can go here, go up here, watch this. See? See? And that's what I'm talking about. If I want to, I can go through and just add little textures here. All right, that's pretty good. Yeah, I like that. See? And keep in mind, this image here is going to be just like one part of what I've got there. And that's pretty good. Now, let me do one other thing here. We're going to go here. too yellow. Just taking a little yellow here. All right, now I'm going to smooth that out just a little bit. Now watch what happens now when I hit this. Right now it's set to normal, but I'm going to go to add glow. See what happens? See what happens when you had that? See how that makes that pop? That's what all it is. It's just you're using the blending channels to get a specific type of look. And guess what? I can live with that. I think that's dope. Let me just go right here. One more thing here. I'm going to go with a soft edge. You'll see what I'm going to do here in just a moment. See? I'm adding shadow underneath there. That is not bad. Let me go here and add a little shadow on the side there. See? Ha ha ha. Pretty dadgum good. And guess what? That image there would be called done. Oh, done. Let's see here. Now, there is one other thing I could do. Just being a bit of a jerk. So you got to see that image. This is the image from before. Right? And in a kind of a weird way, yeah, I like that one better. But what happens if I take this and I blend it with an overlay? Oh, wow, look at that. Look at that. Ah, look at that. Well, what do you think? If I go all the way to 0, or I could go like a 50% blend, that's pretty good. Let's say for right now, we'll leave that in. And we can always turn it off later, but we're going to go here. We're going to drag and drop everything in there, and there we go. We're going to say hit, oh, crap. Ah, man, I hate it when that happened. I did not record the time lapse for that. But that's okay. It doesn't matter. We got it now. We got it now. It's okay. But the most important thing is in its own folder. So now we can go here. So you see how I tried to do it here and it didn't work so well because here it looks like everything is covered with snow, which is kind of interesting, believe it or not. But I don't think that's what we want right now. Let me go here. Abe Lincoln. Now this is going to be a little weird. So we're going to go here. I'm going to duplicate that image. We're going to go here. There we go. See, that looks like Abe Lincoln. Right? All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing we did before, which we're going to select our color gamut. We're going to go right there. Select everything white. Going to go here and I'm going to hit deselect. Good. So we did it. I'm going to go Command I, Command U. We're going to go everything, go back down to luminosity. And that is actually not bad. Look at that. Look at that. So we got that there. All right. So we got this one here. That's pretty good. So how kind of that color, it's like the texturing and the color is good. But I'm not using that straight. I'm using that to add color and texture to my already existing drawing. That is what I am doing. I'm not trying to, in this particular case, take the full-on painted elements. I'm not trying to do that. That's boring to me. All right? But let's see here. That one's good. That one's interesting. Not so much that one. No. We don't like that one. No. Sort of. There's something about this one I like, but there's something about this one that I also like. Let's see here. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to composite the two. This is when you get the best of the both worlds. Go here to overlay. There we go. All right, now we're going to reduce that down. There we go. See how that looks there when you reduce that down there? It gives you a darker, richer feel. Now, watch this. I'm going to take this. Watch this, guys. I'm going to take my eraser here. See how that flame there is looking? Oh, what am I doing? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. That's my fault. I want to erase this. right? Because I want that to be a little bit lighter. There we go. All right. Now watch this. We're going to go over here. We're going to take our tool here. So we're going to go with a yellow light. And here we're going to go with a kind of an orange backing, which will be interesting. Watch this. We're going to go over with our charcoal thing here. We're going to go right there. Watch this. Oops. Wrong thing. That's not what we want. I'm going to go on the back here. Watch this. Take that. See what's happening? What I'm doing now is just putting an edge light on there. See what's happening? See, we're taking this stuff here, so it's like a kind of a edge light that's hitting him. See what that's doing? Now we can go here. Watch this. See? So here, now I can take these things here. See? I'm liking that. Look at that. See what that's doing? All right. Watch this. There we go. See what I'm saying? So watch how watch what happens when I do this. It's like I'm painting this. Whoops. Wrong color. Kind of screwed that up a little bit. Well, I think we'll be all right. Watch this. See what happens? How that light goes on there? Now, all I got to do is this. Oh, man, I love that. I love that. Watch this. See that tabletop there? Let's erase this a little bit on the bottom. See what that does? That gives you this. Now, watch this. I'm now going to take... There we go. Wow, look at that. All right, good. Now watch this. We're going to go here and we're going to add a little glow dodge. Let's turn that down a little bit. See what's happening? See how that's affecting that look? That's pretty good, right? Now, if I bump that down and I go here and I'm going to go now to, because this one is add dodge, and here we're going to go to a little add glow. Watch this. See what's happening? See what that does? It's the beauty of working with digital. Look at that. Look at that. I love that. I love that. I think that's amazing. All right, we got a new person here. Who is this? This is... no, it's the same one. Leslie Ann 4141. How you doing there? I don't know if anyone's sticking with me tonight, but that's okay. All right, it's 12:05. That's good. Command S. So we're just working our way down. We're gonna say that one's done. This one here we're not gonna keep anymore because we don't need that one. Even though, doggone it, the sun on that was good. All right, we're gonna go here to Night Troops. All right, here's where it's gonna get interesting. Watch this, guys. So I am now going to take, let's see. I think I'm gonna take this one. Looks pretty good here. I'm going to take these drawings here. Again, it's about taking the drawings and using the drawings as our line work artwork because it is our line artwork. But watch this. I'm going to go here, and what I've just done is selected everything outside of that. That's one of the things I have not done with the rest of this stuff here. I'm going to go here, hit delete. So what I've done here is erased the borders on this stuff. So if I go here, you'll see how the border is there. So that artwork should be able to fit right in. But that's neither here or there. So now we're going to go here. We're going to go here. We're going to go select. We're going to reduce gamut. Okay. Then we're going to hit backspace. Then we're going to hit Command U. We're going to go back to luminosity. Right? Because we want to darken that up. Which is not bad. Whoops. Let's go here. Let's go back again. Command U. I'm going to go all the way to luminosity. There we go. Because we want that line to be there. Right? Now, here's where it's going to get a little interesting. I'm going to go here. I'm going to select outside of that again, right there. And I'm going to hit Command-Shift-I. And here's where it's going to be a little interesting. We're going to take a little bit of blue, like a dark blue, like so. We're going to take a little bit of light, a little dark blue. We're going to go here. They're going to take a little light blue. And I am going to do the following. We'll see if this works here. We are going to take an airbrush and do just like that. Right? And then we're going to switch to our other color. We're going to do just like this. Right? And then we're going to take this layer here. We're going to go to overlay. Not bad. That's pretty good. I like that. Now I'm going to go into my line artwork here. And now I'm going to erase that heavy part of the moon there because that's not what I'm looking to do. I will keep the black tones in there, and I'll show you why I'm going to do that in just a moment. Let's go here. Watch this, guys. Watch what I'm going to do here. Matter of fact, let me do that on a separate layer here. See this? So what happens is when clouds are kind of silhouetted because they're kind of translucent, they're not totally opaque, right? So what begins to happen is that these lights penetrate through that cloud cover. So watch this. See? So that gives us a little bit of that kind of effect going. You don't have to do it all the time, but in this particular case, yes. Now we're going to go here, see? So we can just, see how I'm smoothing that out there? So it makes the clouds a little bit ethereal. They're still there, right? But they are where they are. Now watch this. Watch what I'm going to do here. So we got that. That's pretty good. We got our cloud here. See how that adds a little bit of texture there? I like that very much. I'm going to go here. Now I'm going to go right here. I even like that. Let's go here. I'm going to make this kind of a dark green. Really dark, kind of gray green here. I'm going to go here. Watch this. Need to go to reselect again. Well, are we there again? Oh, no. We're good. We're good. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this, guys. And take our chalk. See? Whoops. Gotta go back here again. The objective of this particular comic is it's supposed to look like it's illustrated by a person in the field. Now here's what's happening is, so these guys are moving on the cloud cover, right? So it's supposed to be slight indications of light and everything. But let me do this. Watch how I'm going to do here. I'm going to go here to all these guys, in fact. I'm going to do this. It's going to be a little weird, but just work with me here. Watch what happens. I want that hat, and I want that to be, see? I can move that in. See? That is pretty good. Well, hang on. I may have screwed up there. Yeah, I did. There we go, like that. See? That's what we want. Now watch this. We take that. We now can go here. I'm going to take chalk. I'm going to go right here. So I'm going to go with two different things. I'm going to go with here with a light blue, and then we're going to go with a white. First thing we're going to go is with our light blue. And that light blue is going to do this. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to see. Right? So we got a little bit of light going on these here, like so. See? And we're going to take a little bit on the side here, see? And then we'll even. See? This is one of the truly amazing things about this software. How I mean, you're doing your thing, but keep in mind, very, very clear that you're still very much having to draw this stuff out. All right, let's take this. I'm going to erase just on the top here, and you'll see what's going to happen. We'll go right here. See that? So we want this part here sort of giving us an indication of these guys standing here. Now watch. So that's pretty good. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go here. I'm going to just going to put like this grass here. It has a little edge on there. They're doing it. Yep, that's pretty good. Now, watch. I'm now going to switch to this. I'm going to take a new layer, and I'm going to do this. Watch what happens, guys. See how I'm now painting? See that light? That those clouds are being illuminated by that full moon? But it's still subtle enough to allow just some indications of what's happening with the character. Now, although this is a very abstract image, what you will find is this thing is going to be very small on the page. So it kind of works the way it is, and I like that. So we will call this one done. We'll call this one done. Now, here's the one thing I didn't do on this. Here we go. So we're going to now turn these guys off. Let's remember this. We need to remember this. I'm going to go right here. So all the stuff behind there and outside there is there. We're going to go back to this guy. Turn this off. We're going to hit delete. Is that right? Delete. Yeah, I think we're good there. All right. Now let's turn these guys back on here. There we go. And these two guys on here. Reselect. Yes, we need to select all these guys here, and we hit delete. See what happens? So we now have our border, so we can lay that artwork off in there pretty without a lot of difficulty. So we'll go here, take this, and pop it right there. See? So that's a layer. I'm good with that. And although I could record this, I don't think I'm gonna record it. I think we're good. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it works. You know, and in theory, I could get these and import them all into one folder. But like I said, we got several pages. We got quite a few pages to do, but let's go here. Like I think I'm okay with that because that'll be where it's gonna be. That's good. This is good. And hit Command D here. This is gonna be interesting because again, we don't want a light coming from his left shoulder there. All right, it is now 12:15. I think I've gone for, how long have I been streaming here? Streaming here looks like for 2 hours and 19 minutes. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay up. It's 2:15 or 2:19. What is that? 2:15? 2:15. I'm sorry, my eyes are bad. So I'm going to stick with you guys for another 15 minutes. And I'm going to see if it's possible for me to finish this one, that one, this one, and that one. All these guys here so they can be laid into their scenes. I think that is the way. Well, and if I don't get it done tonight, I could do it tomorrow. So that's okay too. I don't mind that as well. Again, this stuff is supposed to look like it's hand-drawn. To a certain extent it is. But I'm also using the light and the text. See, that's, even though the light was there in the texture, I was able to pull off what I need to do there. Same here, same there. So this kind of feel I'm liking. I'm liking this a lot. Now, so this one is good. There's something, it's like I like the kid's body here, but I like the lighting there. How would I do that? What if we took this and we hit it with an overlay? There we go. Well, a little bit too much. Let's go multiply. Interesting. There's that. All right, let me just create a new layer here. And this time what I'm going to do is I am going to take a little black. There we go. All right, we're going to take an eraser here. All right, we're going to take this little tool here. This is good. This is good stuff. I feel like I've created a way where I can move much faster once I get my drawings done, because it's going to be a lot of work on this. And that's okay. I don't mind that. Now, we're going to go here. We're going to take here a kind of a yellow, because we want this image here to really feel like this kid who's at this point in slavery period, it was illegal to know how to read. So here he's really committing a pretty terrible crime by doing this. So we're going to go here. We're going to create a new layer here. And this one, what we'll do, we'll take this. And then we're going to take that one. We're going to go around there. Now we're going to go here to overlay. So if we turn that off, see how that gives you that yellow hue, which is good. Now, I kind of like that the way it is, even with the black lines there. Watch what we're going to do now. We're going to go here and take this and go to our chalk again. And let's see what happens here. All right, there we go. See? Yep. Oh, I love that. Ah, yes. See? Okay, there we go. Not terrible. All right, so I think we're good there, but let me just put a little sparkles there. A little bit of heat engine stuff there. Yep. Notice, you see how this right here didn't really take a lot. It didn't really take a lot to do. All right, let's go here to the lighter one. Now I'm going to take this to add glow. See? Not terrible. There we go. All right, cool. Now watch this. There's a little bit of line work there. Here. A little bit there. Okay, cool. Let's go here. Now, ironically, what normally would have happened in this case, we would have had to have duplicated it, but I think we can live with this. Like I say, some stuff just they don't require that much. Let's duplicate this anyway, just in case there's an issue. But what we'll do now, we'll go here. We were selecting that frame border there, and we will hit delete. But we'll also hit the other guys here, and we'll hit delete on those. So as you can see, we now have that done as well, and that will be able to be overlaid pretty quickly. I like the way that one there was running. Okay, so this is good. This is good. All right, so we're making progress. I'm feeling like we're moving along at a nice little clip. I feel like these images are taking on a life of their own. They feel loose, which is what's the objective. Again, this is all these images here, that one, not this one. This one goes on the other page, but it's like this one needs, where's the, it's the woman. Do I have that image? That's weird. All right, let's go here to window. I may have missed one image. Horse drawn. Baby Steel is the one I'm looking for. Let's go here. Let's go back to Viscom. It's 12:22 p.m. It's now Wednesday, December 3rd. We're making massive progress, which is good. I'm so blessed to be able to do what I do. I just basically you can draw all day. But I take breaks, and I have to admit that trip took a lot out of me. It did. All right, let's go back to our workspace. We got to find that one there I think this was the one there. Yes, that was the one. Baby Steel. We're gonna go here. File, export PSD. It's gonna be a little weird with this because I think some stuff didn't turn out quite the way I wanted to, but I might be able to work it out anyway. All right, let's see. It's going to go here. Going to go to downloads, Baby Steel. Go right here. There we go. That's the one. All right, now watch this. So this is supposed to be a white guy here, not a black woman sitting and stuff, but that's okay. We can make that work. So we're going to duplicate. Oh, wrong layer. Let's minimize this. There it is. Sorry, wrong one. Wrong one. We're going to go here, Command D. We're going to go duplicate. I'm going to go right up here. We're going to select outside of that, so all that is selected. Is that right? Not quite. All right, we got to go in with a black pen. Here's white, black. I'm going to go here. I need to close that up there. And the reason why we close that up is so that we can keep the kind of outside border selected. So we're going to go here, bam. Now we need to go down here. We're going to hit bam. All right, So now when you turn these on, you will notice that all those layers are there. So watch what happens here. So we're going to go here. I think we're good there. Let's see, we're going to go to multiply or select. We're going to select the white and go here. Then we're going to hit delete. Great. And we're going to command U. And we're going to go to luminosity. Turn it all the way down there so we can see the way that's happening. That's pretty creepy. That's pretty creepy there. His hair is white, so I might end up keeping that. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't like that one. Well, let's see here. That one is interesting. Oh, so what am I doing? That's the line artwork. This one is interesting. That one is... That's pretty interesting. Let's turn this one off. So we're going to say this one's pretty good. No. We don't want this one at all. That one sucks. And this one right here, I think also sucks. So these two guys here is that one or that one. Now here's where I think it's going to be interesting. If I go here and I move that to overlay, that's really dark, too dark. But if I go to lighten, let's see what happens. Yes. That's interesting. We might be able to make some of that work here. I just got to tweak some things out. And then we will see. We'll see. But for right now, it is now 12:27. I want to thank you guys here. You guys are so awesome. I am blessed to be able to do this every night, every day. I wanted to make sure that I got my stream in today. I was a little tired, but it's okay. You know, you got to keep streaming. Got to keep doing it. So we went for roughly 2 hours and 31 minutes, which was not bad. And I want to thank everybody there. Guess what? I'm going to see you later on today. We'll be doing the same thing again. And we're going to rock and we're going to roll like we always do. Take care. Stay out of freaking trouble. See you tomorrow. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.